Hi guys, welcome back to another one of my planner project videos. So in this one I'm going to be creating the screen designs, or at least the basics of my screen designs, that I'm going to be implementing into this project. So this is episode 10 in the project. Um, so if you haven't watched any of the others, so if you're new to the project, then I'll leave a card up in the top left, in the top right corner up here, now, so that you can link to that and watch from the beginning if you're interested. There'll also be a link right at the end of the video on my end screen in the bottom right corner, which I will point out again just so that you can easy access the product from there as well. So that being said, let's get into today's video. Alright, so I'm here in Adobe XD, where I did my login screen before, but where I designed it. And like I said in the intro, I'm going to be doing at least some of the basic designs for all of my views, or at least the major ones. Um, so some of the more basic ones, like just pure data input, I probably won't do like a full design for them, just because they'll all follow like a kind of formula. Um, like it will just have a title and then data entry. Um, so what I've already gone ahead and done is I've already actually designed kind of the layout for how I want them. So this is the main screen that I'm going to be having. Okay, so this is meant to represent the full what I want the screen to look like. Okay, which is what this one here is going to represent. All of these other ones, if I just scroll out a bit, all of these other views are what's going to be going into here, into the content. So I've got the dash, the events page, the cache page, the notes page, and the projects page. On the main screen, I'm going to have just this like a list of items that I can, like navigation buttons really. So you can just navigate to the dash, to the events, cache, notes, projects, etc. So that's what's going to be going down the left. So this isn't a true representation of the size of things. I mean, this is, I do want this to be square. And as I did in the previous episode, I am going to make it 250 by 250. But each of these, I'm going to play around with some sizes, see what I um, like as far as height's concerned, because it doesn't have to reach all the way to the bottom, like I've got here. In fact, it probably won't. What this is also missing is like a sign out page. Um, so I will also have to include that there. So let's get on and do the first one. Um, so because this is quite simple, I'll just show you how I use Adobe XD. And then for the others, I'll probably just do like a time lapse of me actually drawing them up. Right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some guidelines just to say that I want 250 pixels there. And if I can scroll that in a bit and make it 250 pixels. So what this is going to be doing is it's just going to allow me to make sure that things are aligned correctly, or that they're going to be the right size. I don't need to add that one there actually, because this is the main one, just so that I make sure that I get things from there to 250 pixels. Also, it allows me to see what size the others are going to have to be, like what width. They're going to be just as tall. They're just going to be 250 pixels smaller. So that's actually, they're all going to be 1670. So if you look here for a purple number, might be a bit hard to see on mobile devices, but there you go, 1670. So I will go through these when I do them. In fact, I'll do them all now actually. So 1670, scroll across, make this 1670. What I have actually gone and done is I have actually color matched this with the dark background color that you get from material design. Um, just because then that makes it you can actually see what I'll be able to see what it will look like with the colours that I've picked. So now what I can do is I can put in that top thing. So this is going to have if I just set these 250 and so 00, and then basically I'm going to give that a red, and I'm going to give it no fill. And now I can get rid of that. So inside of here, I will be having um, a an icon, probably just like an empty person inside of a circle, and also the user's name. Something that I have done outside of here in like the data, which you will see when I get round to actually implementing my data models, um, is that I've actually included a user like a first name and a second name field. Um, and I've also done some stuff on the front end, so the actual project that you build and you run, um, just so that this is shown and then your login view comes on top of that. So it's given it a border, um, but you will see that shortly. So now the next thing to do is add in a button that I like. So for the time being, I'm just going to make it half the size. So give it a height of 1, 2, 5. Give it no fill again, but also give it a red border. Then there's a cool thing you can do with Adobe XD, and that is that you can create this repeating grid. So what that will do is that will just allow me to drag down and it will tile fill as much tile fill these basically, and I can put to the side and it will create more of these to the side. Let's just see how many of them I'm going to need. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm also going to need a 6th one um, because I am going to have obviously that sign out button. So repeat grid. I'm just going to put down, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ungroup the grid. Oh, no, I won't ungroup it just yet. What I'll do is I'm just going to change this spacing so that there is none. So -1, so the lines overlap, so that's how I will have it. And then ungroup them, and there we are. So that's like the icon thing, and then we've got actually I'm going to move all of these up just 1 pixel. So 249. There we go. Then next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in that circle there. Just make sure it is an actual circle. Undo the fill, put in a red border. Just make sure it is nice consistent size. So 150 by 150 seems good. I'm going to move it up just a tad. And put some text underneath it, just aligned in the center. press that button there to align the text center, and just say user's name, and I'm going to change the fill of text, so let's set the text color to white, and then I'll also make that. So now what I can do is I can select that and align it center to this. Then select that, press Ctrl G to group them, and then center them within there. So then that looks nice and pretty. Like I said, I will have something inside of there. So I'll probably actually make this an image rather than what I did with the login screen. Putting an ellipse and then the background, blah blah blah. I'll probably actually just create an image that is an ellipse with the icon inside of it. Just because then I can have it so it comes like that. Following the mouse. Next thing I've got to do is I'm going to have. Now I've got to think about how I want these designed. So I probably want to have an icon maybe here, just a small icon, and then the text here, or an icon here, text there. I'm undecided on that. So for the time being, I will just put the text. So let's just align that to center and just call that dashboard. And then if I just align that to the center, voilà. If I just copy and paste that out, right center. I'll do this for all of them, just so that then I can just change the text on them. And I'm currently not using a mouse, so this is really difficult to do with a trackpad. But you know, it's getting there. So I've got the dashboard, I've got the events. So events, cache and notes. So I think I actually will call this finance notes projects and sign out. Okay, so I'll quickly just pull in. There we are. That's all of them. If I do go for the um, just text only, what I will do is I will actually make these smaller. I've just selected everything and keep them the same size, strangely. I was hoping that would actually just make them smaller. Um, you'd think, wouldn't you? I'm not sure if it has or not. 249. No, I don't think it has made it smaller. That's a shame. But either way, right, so that is the idea of what I want the main window to look like. Um, and then each one of these will go inside of here. See, they line up perfectly. So then this will be the content that I'm changing whenever I click one of these buttons. So that being said, I'm just going to go through each one of these, create a time lapse of me actually, and then I can just ease into that. So yeah, I'm just going to make a time lapse of me doing these. Maybe pop in some music, just so you're not all bored. And yeah, um, when I'm done, I'll go through my final thing and just explain some of my choices. Okay, so I have created my designs for um, all the main pages. So this is your main page. I've got the dashboard. So the dashboard is going to have the data that you can see here. Let me just move over to it. So it's going to have, I have actually switched these the wrong way around, but I may actually keep that. I think I prefer that going high to low. So it's going to have your cache, your event, like so. Fine. It's going to have scrolling so it's easier. Going to have events, so finance, events, notes, and projects. That's the one. Basically, what this is going to do is it's actually just going to have these ones are just going to have like a small. This one's going to have like a breakup of how your finance is spent. Um, so it'll probably maybe be like a this percent on um, say I'm not particularly sure yet on that. It'll be based on money like money in, money out, and total in and out over the last month or something like gains, or maybe just in and out in the current month or of the last 28 days, whichever one I go for. That is going to have um, a list of upcoming events. So it'll probably be some cards inside of this card, because these are all cards. Okay, so it'll probably be like a list, so of cards. So one there, one there, one there. So just to give you an idea of what that might look like. Um, just give this um, that light that lighter fill. Give it a red border as well. Give it a little bit of edging, and then that is probably what it will kind of look like. So it'll just be a list of events that are upcoming. I'll probably also have a title in there, like in the top left of each of these, um, just so that you know, like, oh, this is money. It'll be quite obvious, I reckon. So I'll design these. I'll probably actually do these when I'm actually making the product. Um, but so I have like the date here, and then the title, and then like a small comment or something else there. Maybe like a look into the description, maybe. So that's for each of them. And then I've got the notes. So that will be the same idea, um, except that rather than that, it will just be a title and maybe the first two lines of the note. We'll see. Um, and then projects. This will just be again a list of projects. So it'll just be a small list. Um, when I actually finalize this, I may even make this half and half the screen. But just for that asymmetrical symmetry, so like it's mirrored almost, mirrored and flipped. Which kind of design I've gone for that. So we'll see. I may make this half and half and then have an entry for each. But we'll see. Um, so or maybe like a couple of like maybe two projects listed here, and then go to all projects or start new. Um, Something like that. So some direction. Also, just to note, these sizes and ratio sizes aren't my final ones. I'll probably adjust them when it actually comes to implementing them. But for the time being, they're looking dandy. Um, then for the next three screens, so events, finance, and notes, they're kind of the same thing. Um, so events, you'll have again this probably same list here. Um, the same place, and it'll be the same products really, the same things. So that'll just be a list. Um, the difference will be that this won't be scrollable. This will, because this is just like an overview of the next couple of days. This here, on the other hand, um, yeah. So this one here, on the other hand, will actually be all of them. So this will be scrollable. Um, and then this will have, when you click on one of these, it will actually then show you the details from that more broken down. So as in the day, the time, um, like a title, and then the message that you're going to have with it. And this I plan on having as a button. Um, so this is a really, I mean, that's a really lot. Like, if I look at this at 100% the size, that's how big that button's going to be. Now, that is not ideal. So I'll probably have this shifted over and tweak it when I actually implement it so that I can get the best looking thing I can. And then the same will actually be for each of these. So this will have the list of finances, so money in and out. And then over here will be the more details. This will be to add a record to the finances. Um, Notes will be the same, so it will just be the basic note. Um, and then in there you'll have um, the title and then the full contents with a scrollable text field. Um, and then this here will be button to create a new one. Now projects are a little bit more complicated, um, just because they have a lot more data. So I don't have anything as of yet for these. So I will probably come up with some designs later on. Um, but I've currently run out of time for the rest of this video. So what we're going to do is, um, in time that isn't that I don't video, um, I will come up with a new design for this. Um, so yeah, I'll come up with some new designs for this project screen. Um, and then when I come to implementing it, I will show you what I've designed before I actually implement it. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you liked it, please make sure to hit the like button. If you haven't already, it'd be appreciated if you would hit the subscribe button and the notification bell just so you can stay up to date on all my latest videos. Um, so this is episode 10 of a series. So if you haven't see if this is the first one you've seen, or the second or third, then I'm going to leave a button just along this side. Not sure where I'm going to put it just yet. It'll probably be like there, so you can link to the rest of the playlist, so you can watch it from start to finish if you wish. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.